Hi guys, it's Lizzie. Welcome back to my channel. And yes, I did film 2 videos in a day because I do that sometimes because I don't get so much time to make videos anymore because I'm kind of technically an adult. Wow. I thought it would be kind of interesting to make this little video talking about the ways that I've changed and the ways that my life has changed and my perspective has changed within the past year. So if you remember or have recently watched some of my previous videos where I was just about to go off to college, it's been almost exactly a year since I went off to college. And obviously, I mean, I'm back at home right now for the summer, but a lot has changed in the time that I spent at university. I say university because I did spend a little over 2 years at I guess what you would call a junior college, a 2-year school after high school, getting my associate's degree, and then I transferred to the university that I'm at right now, Sam Houston, and it took me a year that I took off in between the smaller college and the university to decide what degree exactly I wanted to pursue. I knew that I wanted to do theater, but I didn't know what. I thought I wanted to do acting originally, but was kind of shocked out of that, and that I don't have the personality and I'm not as good as an actor as so many people out there, and I just felt like maybe it wasn't worth my time and effort to pursue that. So I discovered, I guess, within the month or two before going to university that costumes and costume design and construction were really where my heart is, where my passion is, and just the thing that I enjoy doing and that I want to make a career out of. So the past year-ish has been the first year where I've been like officially adulting. And I say officially adulting in that I paid most of my bills and expenses, not all, because I had some trouble due to some surprise things here and there. I had to get help from my parents, and the fact that I didn't have a job during my first year at university, and it was my first year living away from home. Prior to this, I had only lived with my parents, and I spent most of my time at college in my dorm this time around, and dorm life is a totally different video because that's a whole lot, and I can give you tons of advice, so leave me a comment if you want to know how to survive living in the dorm, especially if you are older than all of your roommates, which is why I consider myself very much an adult, because I was living with 18 and 19-year-olds. Over the past 2 years, actually, my anxiety and depression have gotten a lot more intense than they have ever been, and so I'm still learning how to cope with these things, and I told myself that as soon as I went off to university, I would get into therapy, counseling, something along those lines. Still haven't done it because anxiety prevents me from going to the office to talk to people, but hopefully I will manage that in this next year. But I'm learning the things that make it not so bad. So while I am a very introverted person and I like to spend a lot of time alone, it also is very important to me to spend a lot of time with people that I enjoy spending time with. So the people that I go to school with, for the most part, are my friends, and I like spending time with them, or like people I'm rooming with, or my family. Those are all connections that are like super important to me, and if I don't have them, then everything kind of goes downhill. I've learned that staying busy is a really good coping mechanism for me. It can be really bad at times too, because I can get so busy that I'm stressed out and I can't even do anything, and I don't want to get out of bed in the morning type thing, and I'm so exhausted also. But I've found that having a regular schedule, which helps with classes, since they're regularly scheduled, every week is the same for the most part, and knowing, okay, I need to work on these assignments and these projects, and while I have free time, it's not just an overabundance like it is in the summer, and staying busy like that helps me. I like the that's not the right word. I like the way I know what's going to happen, And I also learned a lot about food and eating. I was on the meal plan at my school both semesters that I was there, and then I would come home on the weekends sometimes and eat with my family, or I would buy some extra groceries to eat on the weekends. And as a broke college student, I ate a lot of ramen and other forms of pasta and rice. And the 15 approximately pounds that I gained over the course of a year, because of that and because of the school food being kind of like an all-you-can-eat type thing, helped me learn that food is important. It's good to eat well, but you also need to not eat too well, even if you are very active like I am. Last of all, I think it's over the past year, I've kind of learned to be more of who I am. I think whenever you separate from your family, you kind of learn who you are as a person even more. Because you already have your own identity, but there's so much in your identity that you don't realize is missing because it's being filled in by the other people in your life. As a 22-year-old, I was like, I'm going to stick out like a sore thumb. I'm going to be like the old grandma lady in my dorm and in my classes, and people are going to be like, why haven't you graduated college already? Because all of the people that I had gone to high school with, had already gone to college and graduated for the most part, with the exception of like a handful of people, which isn't a lot when you think about the fact that I only had around 150 people in my graduating high school class. But turns out age doesn't matter in college and really in the world outside of high school. I also found out that creativity is soothing and part of who I am. So one of my favorite places to be happened to be in the costume shop at my theater in the school, and just working on that could make my day 10 times better. It could also make my day 10 times worse, depending on how the people in the head positions of the costume shop were doing on those days. But even just like coming back to my dorm and doing like a small paint project for something, or the drawing projects that I had to do for costume design class could help tremendously. Or even there was a coffee shop that I went to one night a week that had an open mic, and going and playing music was like therapy for me at times. The funny thing is about college and real life is that, you know, you grow up and your parents and people around you tell you, oh, you shouldn't be so ecstatic about the things that you like, whether it's music or fandoms for movies or television shows or things like that. Honestly, once you get to college, I don't know a lot about the world beyond college, but it seems to be the same way. The things that you love and you obsess over tend to be the things that make you an interesting person and make people want to be your friend. And it's great to have friends that have things in common, likes and dislikes in common. And so I'm okay with things like K-pop and books and movies being my everything as well, because they're other people's everything, and that gives me a way to connect with other people. I think what's very important outside of family and close friends is to learn to rely on yourself and to be the one that drives you forward and wants the best for you, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to get the best for you. That all being said, for those of you who are in a similar boat, whether you're just starting college or you just got out of college or you're in college right now and just looking for someone to relate to, you don't have to have your life together yet. College is the point where you learn to get your life together. So you don't have to have your life together at 18, you don't have to have your life together at 30, okay? You can just float on by until you figured it out, because trust me, a lot of adults out there haven't figured it out either. Thank you guys for watching. If you, goodness gracious, my voice is going out. If you liked it, please subscribe, and I will be uploading more videos hopefully in the next month, because July is a big video month for me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye!